Child, it is time to just call it what it is. It's toxic, it's a cycle, and it's unhealthy. Yes, unhealthy relationships, not just romantic relationships, friendships, businessships, partnerships, relationships with your children, with your parents, with the churches. It is a cycle, and guess what? If you are in my age bracket, I'm 41 years old. I am positive that you grew up with some form of dysfunction when it comes to relationships. So, honey, listen, it is time to stop making peace with chaos. Hey, cousins, welcome back to the channel. What's up, cousins, and welcome back to another episode of Inside the Style, where grown, God-fearing women get dressed from the inside out. And child, I got some confessions. These are my confessions. Babe, we're going to talk about closet confessions today. I'm literally saying things that I have never said out loud before. Do y'all hear me? So, whoo, baby, come on. We got to get off into this thing. So, cousins, I'm going to start this one out a little bit different. I am going to actually read what I wrote in my journal, okay? And I'm reading this because I want you guys to see the train of thought that I was in at the time when I was going through my healing process and being able to overcome, okay? So this is dated January the 3rd of 2022. I said, I'm in a season in my life where I am buried in cycles. I don't even know that it was this toxic. I don't even know how to build a healthy relationship, friendships, or even to have boundaries. I said, I have no clue. All I ever saw was dysfunction coming from my mom and my daddy, the churches I grew up in, and to even the people that was just surrounding me. So you know what I did? I faked it. Why was I faking it? Because I tolerated things I had no business accepting because I thought it was normal. Why? I didn't know no better. I just wanted to feel accepted, and also I wanted to feel love. But Shauna, let's be real with yourself in this moment. This cycle has cost you more than you ever can realize. It has cost you your peace, your self-worth, and so much time. Girl, you have held on to a relationship that was meant to let go a long time ago. You have literally confused proximity with purpose. And guess what? You kept calling dysfunction community. But today is the day where you say enough is enough. So, Shauna, let's ask yourself these questions. Why do you keep choosing things that hurt you? And do you realize that you never really saw real love, real communication, and what it actually means to have a true relationship? So in this moment, God, I am asking you to reteach me everything I need to know about having a relationship with you, a relationship with myself, and then also a relationship with others. So y'all, I needed to read that to y'all so that you could actually see where I was in 2022. I was breaking out of a lot of things mentally and also in a physical space and also spiritually as well. And I did not realize that it first started with me, that I didn't even have a healthy relationship with myself first before I could go in and deal with anybody else, right? And so it made me begin to think and was like, God, is this what my kids saw growing up, right? Because naturally, right, you were taught something, so you pass that along to your children, right? I say, Lord, I've been passing on toxicity, being toxic to my kids and not even realizing it because I never addressed the issue. So cousins, y'all have to let me know, is that something that you may have struggled with or even may be struggling with in this season? Just Building and having good, healthy relationships with yourself, number one. And then, of course, having relationships with others around you that are actually healthy. And so the first thing, y'all, that I honestly had to do was learning how to communicate effectively. Ooh. Come on, somebody. Learning how to communicate effectively, because I know y'all don't know me like that, but baby, listen, I be cussing, okay? Baby, will let you have it, okay? I will unleash all of the things on you and hold nothing back, especially if I feel as though you have offended me or harmed me in some type of way. And it was like, girl, you have got to grow up out of it. You have got to learn how to communicate effectively, even when you are offended. Now, cousin, go ahead and grab your pen and your paper, because I got some style notes for y'all, okay? So here is what I began to do, and I did this on a daily basis. I was checking in with myself to begin to break this cycle, right? Especially when maybe I talked to somebody and I felt as though they offended me in a certain way. And instead of me popping off, I had to pray, Lord, hold my tongue. Now it's still there. Don't get it twisted. But I had to pray, Lord, hold my tongue. So the first thing I did was I actually stopped putting everyone in this best friend box, right? Everyone did not deserve that close proximity access to me. And that was a failure on my behalf, because and then honestly, I didn't even know any better. You know, if I'm going to be your friend, I'm going to be your friend, right? Girl, we're going to hang, we're going to talk, we don't do all the things. But I had to realize, Shauna, everybody does not go in this box. Everybody cannot have that high level of access to you. So I began to put people in their prospective places. Come on, somebody. I began to put them in categories and say, oh, okay, well, you know, I can trust you in this area. I can talk to you about this. I can talk to you about that. And that is actually something that I had to learn. So number one, stop putting people in the best friend box, because everybody does not deserve access. Number two, y'all, is I accepted people in seasons, right? I had to realize that people come in your life when you are in different seasons of your life. And sometimes those seasons expire or they change. And so if the season has changed, guess what? That person may no longer need that particular access to you within that season. And I had to understand that, because I had people, child, in an old season back when I was 16 years old. I had them in this season, and it was like, girl, the total season has changed. You have grown. They have grown. They need to go their way, and you need to go yours. Okay. So understand what season that you are in. Cousin, you struggling with content, and you don't have to struggle with content no more, honey. I created a whole system just for you. It's called the Content Edition. Yes. So if you are struggling with content, you're trying to come up with ideas, you don't really have a content strategy, you posting and you praying, you like, child, I need to make some money off my content, but I don't know how to make money off my content. You like, I'm trying to talk to my audience, but my audience is not understanding because your messaging is not right. Guess what? The Content Edition is for you. Yes, honey. It is a whole course that I went in and created from my years of experience of creating content. So whether you're looking at starting your YouTube channel, or either short form video on TikTok or Instagram, or even Facebook Reels, guess what? The Content Edition is built just for you. And the best part about it, yes, I'm going to show you how you can monetize your content in different ways. And no, I'm not just talking about getting paid from the platform itself, but I'm talking about you either offering your own product or your own service to your audience, honey. Because listen, you need this, and also the world need what you have on the inside. So you can grab the Content Edition right now by scanning this QR code, or you can click the link down in the description box below, okay? The next thing is, y'all, I had to stop confusing consistent presence with God ordained people. I was looking at, because you were always consistent in my life, that does not mean that God placed you here in my life, right? For this particular purpose. I had to stop doing it. And I know it may seem simple to some, but child, listen, when you have the wrong people around you and those people are not pouring into you like you need in that season, or just supporting you or being there for you, or even people that may say slick things. Y'all know how we do sometimes. You be in conversation, be like, oh girl, whoop de whoop, just saying that slick conversation, and you're just saying, okay, I'm familiar with this person. This person presence has always been consistent with me. And in reality, they are not, honey. They are not there or ordained by God for your purpose in this season. And I had to also go in and set boundaries when it came to relationships, right? Relationship with my mama, my sister, my kids, all of those things. And I know you guys may have heard me say that before, but what I realized is, because I didn't have boundaries set, I was allowing things to go on. And it's, brushing it over, pushing it up under the rug, instead of stopping it and saying, no, this is not right. This is not how we're going to do things. Now, cousins, I have another piece that I want to read to y'all that I wrote in my journal. It's actually a prayer that I prayed to God, because I was truly sincere and in a place in my life where I was like, change is needed, and it is needed now, and it is needed fast. Okay. Because I became aware and I identified the actual problem that was going on. Okay. So I said, God, I don't know how to build healthy relationships. I've never seen it. Teach me. Show me how to be a good friend. Help me connect to people that love you and also love me. I said, teach me how to communicate. Teach me how to choose better. Heal the part of me that thinks chaos is normal, that thinks dysfunction is okay. Because I don't want my children to continue growing thinking that this mess is okay. God, strengthen me in this particular season. Increase my discernment so I know who is for me and also who is against me. I said, God, even the smallest things I want to be able to see. My desire is to be able to have a healthy relationship with myself, a healthy relationship with you, and also a healthy relationship with others. I say, God, I understand that this may not come overnight, but God, I am open and I am willing to learn and also to do better. God, even when I'm not paying attention, give me that feeling, give me that push, give me that tug. Because God, my desire is to be who you called me to be. And that's not just in one area, but in all areas. Whew. So, child, I wrote that in my journal. And when I wrote it, little did I know God was going to begin to pull the covers off. When they say be careful what you pray for, be careful what you pray for. And he literally began to honor this prayer when I said, teach me, when I said, show me. And I began to see people that were around me in a different light. But also in the same thing, God began to place me in rooms. He began to place me around people to show me how to begin to build, right? Because now I'm like, okay, God, I'm opening and willing to work on myself. And I didn't take that thing, no new friends, because something that I've always believed is that God actually uses people to be able to go in and bless you, or you have favor through people. But I wanted to know how to begin to steward over people the right way. I even had a conversation with my kids. Child, I had to apologize to them. Yeah, I know they're grown, but at the time I didn't know any better. And I explained, like, child, I didn't know no better. I explained that to them, walked them down, through that thing. And then also I didn't do how our parents did us growing up. I only speak and you don't talk. Now I began to ask them questions. I wanted to know what was on their mind. Why? How come? How did you feel? All of these things, because I felt like that is so important, child. And y'all know my kids, but child, trust me, they told their mama what they thought, okay? And didn't hold nothing back with it. And I was completely okay with that because my whole goal is to make sure that I am aligning all of the areas and also being a good steward over everything that God has given me, from my finances to my health to the relationships that I have. I mean, everything, right? Even my social media accounts, which I know it sounds crazy. Your social media accounts, yes, honey, because y'all don't even know. Baby, I used to start and I used to stop, okay? But I realized that even the relationship that I have with you guys is super important, right? I may be creating content, you may be watching it, which I'm grateful and appreciative of it, but that is actually a relationship, right? You guys are trusting me enough to come and deliver you content for you to come and watch. If you cleaning your house or just another style or whatever that is, I wanted to make sure that I am stewarding every single relationship as I should. So, cousins, pray that prayer, okay? Go back and write it down. If you need to rewind it and come back to it, do that, because I feel like it's so important that you have healthy relationships in every area of your life. All right, cousins, it is time to shop the closet. So, of course, you know that you can scan the QR code that is right here on the screen. But let's run through this outfit that I have on today, y'all. So this look is actually an outfit that I wore to church one Sunday, okay? So it is actually just a button-down men's shirt that I took the sleeves and I rolled up the sleeves. I paired this with my gold jewelry, my watch, and also my rings. And then, of course, you guys have seen these camo pants before, honey, on these channel. These are my favorite pants. They're very comfortable, and they also do have a little stretch off in them as well, honey. And y'all already know the wig is Amazon, and of course it was customized by my good friend, which is the Erica Marie. I will have her information, of course, linked as well, or even if you go in and scan the QR code. Now, honey, this bag. So this bag, y'all, is actually from Tote and Carry. This is like one of my content bags that I put all of my content gear and all the things in. And I also travel with this bag as well, okay? Now, my shoes, I just went in and paired my black and, not black, child, my blue and white Nike Dunks with this look, just to give it, just a little casual feel. So my glasses, because y'all know I cannot see in real life. So my glasses are from Zulu. And I felt like they went with this look absolutely perfect. Felt like they went with this look absolutely perfect, cousin. So that is the look of today. So yes, you can definitely go in and shop the closet with the QR code, or you can go in and shop any of the links down below. So, honey, let's throw it off the hanger. Okay, let me tell y'all what I threw off the hanger. First things first, baby, excusing the red flags, the green flags, the blue flags, the orange flags, the in-between flags, because y'all know we will do that. Sometimes we will see things are said to us. We are made to feel a certain type of way. And a lot of times that is a flag being waved saying, hey, listen, don't do that. And we will overlook it because of that person or either that situation. And that is something that I did, and I am encouraging you to do, baby. Don't excuse them red flags. No, it does not matter if time has been invested or not. Another thing that I threw off the hanger is one-sided relationships. As women, we go and we pour a lot, especially when it comes to a man, it comes to our children, when it comes to our family. In some cases, when it comes to our job, we will make things and accept things being one-sided because we are comfortable doing that. And that is something I threw off the hanger. Baby, listen, if it ain't comfortable, you can have it. I don't want it, book. I don't want it, boo-boo. No. And I set stern boundaries. No, this is not going to just be a one-sided thing. If we're going to be in any type of partnership, we're going to be off into this together. You're going to put in and I'm going to put in. Okay? We're going to meet in the middle. And y'all, trust me, when you think about, because time has been invested, and we be saying all the things, honey, and dying on the inside. So no more one-sided thing. And this one is a big one. This is keeping people around to not feel alone or lonely. Let them go, Bookie. Let them go. Do you hear me? Let them go. Because it is doing way more damage than it is good in your life, honey. Let that chaos go. Walk and have peace. Okay, cousins? So those are the things that I actually threw off the hanger. I no longer accept. I stopped accepting them a few years back, and I will tell you, it is going to feel funny, right? But it is also going to grow you and open up your eyes as well. So cousins, listen, do not just stay in a cycle. And I'm, of course, referring to relationships because it is familiar. You actually deserve a community and people in your life that are actually going to help you heal and not harm you and not drain you. So, honey, these were my confessions today. Healthy relationships are important in every area of your life. So cousins, listen, I hope that my closet confessions was able to help you and open up your eyes and take the scales off of your eyes on how you can begin and start to have healthy relationships within yourself, because it is important, baby. It is freeing and you feel so much better. And honey, if y'all done made it this far in the video, how come y'all ain't went off in there and subscribed? Make sure that you subscribe, like, share, comment, share this with somebody else who you feel, hey, listen, I think you may not be having healthy relationships in more than one area of your life. If this was helpful for you, let me know down in the comments. Baby, talk to me, because you know I'm going to talk back. Okay, cousins? And what do I tell y'all all the time, honey? Baby, make sure that you walk in every room boldly and confidently, honey. And make sure that you do what? Baby, make sure that you own it. Why? Because you belong there. Okay? I'll talk to y'all later. Bye, y'all.